Show with no namers all around the world. Can I get an amen? Now, how about a hallelujah? Oh, that's right, amigos. Let's start off with a bang. Por lo grande.
9, 8,
7. Come on, we've got a lot to do.
4, 3,
2. You know the rest.
1, 0. Ignition.
All right, amigos.
Liftoff.
We're going to get this thing off the ground. There's your first idiomatic expression of the day. To get it off the ground. A project, a radio show.
Get ready.
Let's go.
Hold on to your hat. On your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time.
Where?
On Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. It's the show. Let's go.
Hello, hello, hello. Show with no namers all around the world. Welcome. Welcome. It's great to have you aboard for another exciting English extravaganza. We are going to learn, we're going to laugh, we're going to play. Most of all, we're going to practice our English. As always, we like to take a look at the cultural aspect, right? Because I firmly believe that language is not just about verbs and nouns and adjectives and, quantifiers. No! Learning a language is about getting jokes, double entendres, these idiomatic expressions that only a native person would know. We call them totally native things. And we'll look at all of that stuff. In fact, we use music, movies, celebrities, games, challenges, and all that in the next 2 hours here on the Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget, after today's show, you can learn English, continue to learn English with my great friend, Jimena Holiday. She is amazing. She's behind most of the materials at Vaughn Tienda. And you can have an hour class with her every day here on Vaughn Radio. I'm talking about Jimena Holiday. And what I can't remember the name of her show. What was that?
Jimena will test your English. Yes, she'll test your English. Jimena will test your English with Nacho. Wow. That's right, Test Your English is on Vaughn Radio every day at 12:30 with Jimena and Nacho.
That's right, folks. Jimena will challenge you every day. And I know you guys love a good challenge. So why don't we kick off with our first challenge of today's show, our pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, folks. You can go to our website, grupovon.com. Also, if you're following on social media, then you'll know all about things that we've got going on in the Vaughn world. Things like our upcoming trivia night. Mark your calendars. It's February 4th. And it's hosted by one of our greatest, I should say, as well. And I'm talking about Chris Frank. He's the host of Frankly Speaking. The guy is a walking encyclopedia. So, and I don't just mean like, science. I mean like celebrity culture. The guy knows a lot of stuff. So I'm sure it's going to be fun. We're all going to be there. I hope you can make it too. It's February 4th and it's happening in Madrid. Again, if you're following us on social media, we'll share all the information there, as well as our upcoming events. Well, that is an event, but also our latest materials. We've got 365 días de wellness e inglés. I've already recommended it. I mean, just the title says it all. It's a win-win. It's going to help you with your diet. It's going to help you with your English. Hello, that sounds like a godsend. Decimos algo mandado de Dios, a godsend, una bendición. I mean, that's awesome. So you've got that. You've got Richard Vaughn's autobiography as well. You can get your hands on that. In today's pop quiz, we're going to be taking a look at something from Conversaciones en Inglés. Now, there are 3 books in this series. You've got, obviously, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and each one goes for, esto es una forma de decir, vale, each one goes for, se vende por, think of it that way, $14.95. And you'll hear totally native conversations. I know you guys love your totally native stuff. And it comes with more than 3 hours of audio. And we're going to listen to that right now in our pop quiz. Also, a quick reminder before I forget, this week's question of the week. Tell us about your first crush. Yep. Now, it can be a realistic one, like somebody, your first girl that you fell in love with in your class, or it could be like a famous person, It can be that too. Hey, I'll give you free range, okay? So if you want to participate, who was your first crush? Tell us about it. Tell us about the situation. Who was your first crush? Tell us about the situation. If you want to participate in Question of the Week, send me a 1-minute voice message. You can send it over to alonso@grupovon.com. And a nice round of applause for all the ladies. I got to say ladies because there were no guys that participated last week. So a nice round of applause to all the ladies who participated. Again, if you want to practice your English, which I know this is the number one thing that students lack. Carecen de. They don't have opportunities to express themselves, to speak English. That's why I try and give them to you in the Say What soundbite, in the Question of the Week. So I urge you to participate because you said, okay, these are the things we lack as students. And also I've seen it from my own experience. I've seen that those are the things that Okay, I got the grammar, but now I need a chance to use it. Okay, I know how to write, but I get uncomfortable, speaking in front of a group. Well, see, these are the things that the only way you can practice them is by having moments to be able to speak, to be able to express yourselves. That we do on the Say What soundbite every day. I ask you for your opinion in English. And once a week, I ask you guys to tell us about sometimes a deep question, sometimes it's not so deep. This time, the idea really is there are different questions to talk about different kinds of vocabulary because every subject, cada tema, every subject will have its own idiomatic expressions and vocabulary that goes along with it. And some of it I bring up, and some of it you bring up. So if you want to participate in the question of the week, real simple, send a 1-minute voice message. Introduce yourself always. Hi, it's Cristina. And well, my first crush was blah, 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 blah. I'll never forget. I used to run home to watch TV. Or, hey, it could be a teacher. Hey, listen, it's in your hands. Tell us about your first crush. And you can send that voice note to my email address. It's aalonso@grupovon.com. All right, now we're going to hear a little excerpt from Conversaciones en Inglés. Again, this is a 3-part series. Each one goes for $14.95. They're available at vontienda.com. And yes, they come with audio, 3 hours of audio, more than 3 hours of audio. Let's hear some of that audio and pay attention because afterwards I'll have a challenge or two for you.
Hey, Seb, do you fancy coming for a run?
In this weather? You must be joking. It's freezing outside.
That's your excuse, is it? That means that if it were warmer, we wouldn't be able to stop you from running, would we?
Of course. You know that I love exercise.
Ha! Changing channels on the TV and walking to the fridge for a beer doesn't count. When was the last time you did some real exercise?
Look at this. It's my membership card for the local gym.
Seb, the fact that you have a membership card for the local gym doesn't mean that you do exercise. To do exercise, you have to actually move your body. That means running, swimming, or at the very least walking.
I like the idea of exercise in theory, but in practice, I find it a little boring.
You just said that you love to exercise.
Well, I meant that I love watching others do exercise. I am a big sports fan.
You said it. You're a big sports fan. Big as in a fat couch potato. I don't mean to be cruel, Seb, but have you seen the size of your belly lately?
Cruel? You, Christina? You're the only person I know who could call someone a fat, big-bellied couch potato and then say that you don't mean to be cruel.
Come on, Seb. You used to be captain of the football team at school, and now look at you. When was the last time you ran more than 100 meters?
I ran for the bus the other day with you. Don't you remember?
Yeah, and you nearly had a heart attack. You had a face like a tomato, and it took you 10 minutes before you could start breathing normally again.
I am as fit as I need to be. I sit in an office all day staring into a computer screen. What do I need to be fit for?
Seb, you're 28 years old, and you're beginning to look like Henry VIII. Everybody needs to do a little exercise. I'm just worried that you're going to have health problems if you carry on like this.
I must remember to spend more time with you, Chris. You really know how to make someone feel good about themselves, don't you? And I'll tell you what. Right now, I wish I were Henry VIII, because I'd put you straight under the guillotine and cut off that pretty little head of yours. And I don't mean to be cruel, you know.
It's the 13th of April, and the time is 4:55 p.m. We are here in the Dover police station interviewing the suspect, Archie Bent. The interview is being recorded. Now come on, Archie. Tell us where you're keeping the money.
I've already told you, I know nothing about this robbery. I was nowhere near the bank on the 8th of April.
The robbery took place on the 7th, Archie.
Well, whatever. I was nowhere near the bank on the 7th, or the 8th, or the 9th.
Look, Archie, there's no point in lying. You're just making things worse for yourself. We already have a confession from your partner in crime, Tony Crook.
Now, who's lying? There's no way Tony would confess to the robbery. You're trying to trick me.
Keep out! I'm interviewing Archie Bent. We interrogated Tony last night. He confessed to everything and said that you robbed the bank with him. The only thing he hasn't told us is where you're keeping the money.
I'm sure you're lying. And if Tony did say all those things, then he's lying too.
Tony is cooperating fully with us. He knows that he will have to spend less time in prison if he tells us everything he knows. Right now, you're looking at 15 years in prison, Archie.
Are you trying to scare me? You're not going to get a confession out of me. You'll have to torture me before I give you a confession.
That's not a bad idea. Listen, Archie, armed robbery of a bank is a very serious offense. The only thing that can keep you from spending the next 15 years of your life in prison is if you tell us where you've kept the money.
I know my rights. I demand a lawyer. I'm not saying another word to you until I've seen my lawyer.
They sound like words of a guilty man to me. And only serious criminals have their own lawyers, don't they, Archie?
I told you I'm not saying another word until I see my lawyer.
All right, you can keep quiet if you want, but all you're doing by keeping quiet is adding 3 more years to your prison sentence. Charlie, phone Archie Bent's lawyer, will you?
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
That's right, amigos. It's Weekend Town, and it's great because Vaughan Town, hey, that's 5 days, 6 days, I think, altogether. And yeah, it's a big commitment, un gran compromiso, as you know. I mean, in the end, it's a turning point in your English. Un antes y un después, un punto de inflexión. Vaughan Town, I mean, come on. There's no way you'll come back the same English speaker, I should say, the same person. In fact, I know a lot of people who have done Vaughan Town, and they said it was a life-changing event. Yeah, they made friends for life. They finally felt comfortable speaking and expressing themselves in English. They also trained their ear. Since you get natives from all different parts of the globe, I think it's a way to really consolidate the time and energy and effort it would take to make that progress, over a long period. So you're concentrating it all into Vaughan Town, or as you know, now we have Weekend Town, which is a weekend where you go to these amazing places. And if you check it out, you can check it out if you're following us on social media, or you can go to our website, grupovaughan.com. These are gorgeous places, breathtaking places, because we do believe the right environment is part of it as well. If you're sitting on a busy city street there when hearing the siren, you're not really going to you're distracted. So we know that you need to be not secluded, but you need to be where you don't have a lifeline. No tienes alguien que te pueda rescatar. Right? And you only speak English, you only hear English. So you've got Weekend Town, you've got Vaughan Town. We even have residentials. We've got everything. Residentials are even more hardcore, right? The Weekend Town ones and the Vaughan Town ones, there are no classes. It's just literally like living in English, okay? Just being immersed. And the residentials, those are ones I've seen often. A lot of companies do them. They'll bring the marketing team, and then they spend a weekend or 5 days, but there they have classes, okay? You have class every morning. You have a presentation. So it's a little bit different. If you're looking for something more structured, we've got it. But just so you know, Vaughan Town, it's structured, obviously. There's always a method to it. There's a reason. And Richard Vaughn, when he created it, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. So Vaughn Town and Weekend Town. More information about those are over at grupovaughn.com. All right, let's take a look at today's pop quiz. It's coming from Conversaciones en Inglés. I believe this is book 2, if I'm not mistaken. All right, well, how did you first of all, did you like my characters? Yeah? Well, you know what? Sometimes when you record so freaking many of those things, you have to start entertaining yourself, because if not, you'll go out of your mind. Te vuelves loco. Okay, the first one, Lucia, shout out to Lucia from Texas. She called me a sedentary person. Alguien que se pasa todo el día tirado en el sofá, as you say, viendo la tele. Okay? And remember, we don't say, it's not sofá, we say sofa. Y el otro es couch. No coach. Coach es entrenador. Couch es sofá. Bueno, te lo digo porque he oído 1,000 personas decirme, oh yeah, I was on the coach last night. I was like, you were on Ancelotti. Oh, wow. Congratulations. So, this is teleadicto, it says. Alguien que se pasa todo el día tirado, I know, viendo la televisión. Okay? That is the first one. Use it in context. Obviously, this way we know if you're using it correctly. And I'm sure everybody knows somebody who's un tirao. And let me clear something up here. There's a big difference between somebody who likes to, from time to time, chill out on the sofa and watch something, as to somebody who just, that's what they do. You catch what I'm saying? And we all know some people, it's like, maybe this person's spending too much time in front of the boob tube, as they call it. All right, the second one, the word tripa. Estómago, tripa. But don't say stomach. I want more of a native way to say it. Okay, so you've got your stomach. Lo único, vamos a pronunciarlo, por favor, porque las veces que he oído stomach, right? So stomach, Mick, stomach. Say it with me. Y también es el verbo. Esto es difícil de tragar, eh? That's hard to stomach. It's hard to swallow that news, right? Pero cuidado que no digas stomach. It's stomach. So I want a different way of saying it. And you can, again, you've got free range here to use it however you want. The idea is to use it in context. And this way we can see if you're using it correctly. And the last one is a grammatical structure. Okay? And this is no sirve de nada. Okay? Lucia said it in the audio. She said, no sirve de nada. Okay? And again, mira, piensa en algo en tu vida. Ah, no sirve de nada quejarte. Porque tal, no sirve de nada tal, porque lo. I'm sure you can think of your own example. So again, number one, somebody who's just lying around all the time, lazy, a slacker, right? A slacker es un holgazán. To slack is to do the minimum. Okay, so a slacker, another way of saying a slacker, but this one is even more specific because it's a slacker who's in front of the TV all day. And the TV, by the way, nowadays can also mean your computer or your console, right? Your gaming console. So any of those, but it's somebody who's like tirao. All right. Number two, tripa, but I want a totally native way of saying it. I don't want stomach. And now you know, I'm sure most of you are at least intermediate, you know that. But it's good to review that stuff because, again, once I've heard something over 1,000 times, you can bet I'm going to highlight it. And I've heard stomach 1,000,000 times. So stomach. Lo que quiero es que lo oigas más veces bien y que lo digas más veces bien de que lo has dicho mal. Right? And if you can do that, then the old habit is broken and we've made a new habit. And the third one in today's pop quiz is use the structure no sirve de nada. All right, amigos, now we're going to take a quick commercial break. I see we've got a lot of students checking in who are ready to learn, to laugh, to play and to rise to the challenge here on today's show with no name. I'm so glad you decided to join us on this amazing morning. Hey, I could say this rainy, dreary, gris. No, this amazing morning. Why? It's up to you. Let's make it amazing together, amigos. We'll be right back with the second part of today's show with no name. So stick around. Welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. This is part 2. Part 2 of today's show with no name. We're going to kick off with today's Say What soundbite. I can give you a little clue. Why not? This one is from an amazing movie. Amazing movie. I know, that doesn't tell you very much. But it's a cool one. It's definitely a cool Say What soundbite. We're also going to check your pop quiz answers. I see we've got Laura. We've got Chris in the house. I see Born to Iron Man as well. So we'll be checking in with all of you in just a little bit. And we'll see how you did in today's pop quiz. Then afterwards, we're going to take a look at today's Spelling Bee. Again, this is the toughest part of the show, day in, day out. But you guys still manage to pull it off. You manage. Lo sacáis adelante, ¿no? Conseguir eso. You manage to pull it off. And to pull something off es lograr algo, ¿no? Algo que, bueno, puede ser difícil. All right, so here it is, today's Say What soundbite. Say what? What? Say What soundbite. Yes. All right, folks. This one's going to be, even though it's from a movie, I think it might be difficult. Well, we'll find out in just a moment. As you know, you've got 4 listens here, 4 chances to jot down every word. I also want to know what you heard in your best English possible as well. So here it is, your Say What soundbite for the first time.
Do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley?
A disgrace as a police officer. Straight D fitness reports from every CO he ever served under. What about him?
All right, there you go. A little bit fast. I didn't realize it. Yes. And there's some tough vocabulary in there if you don't know the context. So let me give you the context. Well, I mean, I think you got that part there. Something about police. All right. That's, I mean, you can, I think that's probably one of the clearest words in the soundbite. All right, let's listen to it a second time, and then we can talk about what we heard, and then we'll also check in with all our Show with No Namers. Here's your Say What soundbite for the second time.
Do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley?
A disgrace as a police officer. Straight D fitness reports from every CO he ever served under. What about him?
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit.
That's right, folks. My latest book, This Book is the Shit, available at vaughantienda.com. Again, if you're following on social media, you've got links that'll give you direct access to our websites. And today we're taking a look at something from Conversaciones en Inglés. And this is great. It's listening, but also in this, our pop quiz, of course, it's not just about listening. I want you to talk to me. I want you to express what you heard. I want you to use some of the different examples in context, and that's exactly what you guys have done. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. Show with No Namers. There's Chris Valrol checking in with us. What's up, Chris? Great to have you on board. She says, morning, Show with No Namers. What's up, Chris? We've got Laura. Laura says, good morning, lovely Show with No Namers. Let's kick off the week in the best possible way with our amazing teacher, Double A. You're a poet and you didn't even know it. Did you do that on purpose? Well, Laura, you've got that gift. Ese don. Maybe, maybe not. Right? Cuando rima sin querer, you're a poet, or lo dirías tú, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Esa expresión rima en español también. Decís sin haberlo planificado, hecho un pareado, something like that. Me suena algo así. But it rhymes. I know it rhymes in Spanish. So great to have you on board, Chris. Laura, there's Born to Iron Man. Wait, is that the Holy Trinity? Holy smokes. Holy smokes is madre mía. What's up, Born to Iron Man? He says, good morning, folks. Are you ready and willing? I love it. Ready and willing. They go together like salt and pepper. Are you ready and willing to put your money where your mouth is? You guys smell that? I smell it. It's a totally native. Okay, to put your money with where your mouth is demuéstralo, right? Oh, es como, si eres tan confiado, apuesta. Put your money, no hables y pon el dinero ahí, right? No tiene que ver con dinero al final, right? Bueno, si es sobre apuéstalo si eres tan seguro de eso. But here he's saying to put your money where your mouth is to do what you came to do, not just talk, as we say in English, not just to talk the talk, not just to walk the walk, but to talk the talk. Lo pillas, ¿no? If you walk the walk, that's great. It means you're doing, estás actuando. You're a person who follows up their words with actions. And that is Born to Iron Man in a nutshell. He's much more than that, but in a nutshell, resumiendo. So put your money where your mouth is, demuéstralo. And I don't doubt it for a second. I know you guys will put your money where your mouths are. All right, let's see. We've got Laura participating in today's pop quiz. And she says, we should try not to be couch potatoes and move during the day. Great. We should try not to be yeah, especially when it's a beautiful day out. A lot of times, you guys know me, I'm restless, inquieto, I'm antsy. So if it's a beautiful afternoon, I can't sit down. I'm like, I'm missing something. So, but it's true. You gotta keep moving. It's great for you. Even, sitting in the office, you got to get up, go get some water. It's good to stretch your legs because, well, I myself, I have, as you guys know, I had a knee operation and I have to be really careful with my posture. I'm telling you, I can have trouble walking if I'm not careful with my posture. So, and I have to remind myself daily. So, great example. Yeah, we should try. You got to remind yourself it's a daily thing. Like, no, too much to do. As I said, for someone like me, I guess I was a couch potato on a Saturday morning, but I've never really, like I said, I loved watching TV when I was a kid, not now. But I must say, I like little moments where I can watch a movie and just have some popcorn and chill out. But it's not like a daily or weekly or even monthly thing for me. Either way, my daughter hijacks the TV here at this house. All right. The next one. Yummy in my tummy. Now you're rhyming on purpose. Yummy es cuando nos encanta algo. Yummy in my tummy. That's it. Tummy. That's another way to say stomach. Your tummy. All right, great one. And the last one, complaining about it all day is pointless. Let's take some action. There you go. Let's put our money where our mouth is. As your amigo said. Let's see, Chris Valrol taking a stab at it. She says, she called you a couch potato. Yeah, can you believe that? Me? The guy who can't sit still for 2 seconds? Then she said, well, great, couch potato. Then she said, the only exercise you did with your belly was channel surfing. Great, belly. So he said tummy, belly, your gut, también your gut. Y ese es el instinto también. El gut es el que es instinto. Y guts, tripas, agallas. So very good to know the difference because they all mean the same thing, but then guts, yeah, I don't have the guts. No tengo las agallas. Esa es la que usaríamos. So we've already looked at 3 very common ways: belly, tummy, and the one I just gave you to, gut, que es también instinto. All right. And she says, which is dead loss if you want to be in good shape. Great. Totally British. That's very British. Did you learn that? I'm going to guess you learned that from Jimena. Maybe not. Maybe Rob. Dead loss. No sirve de nada. Right? Another way we could say it, there's no point in tal. So, as Laura said, it's pointless to, fíjate la diferencia en estructura, por eso lo quiero destacar. It's pointless to argue. There's no point in arguing. ¿Qué ha pasado? It's different, right? So, you can also say it's useless to argue, right? There's no point in arguing. That's más nativo eso. All right, let's see. We've got Born to Iron Man. He says some elder people become couch potatoes. We can say they're TV junkies. Elder or elderly people. A ver si... yo nunca he oído elder people, pero seguro que people. Elderly. Pues estoy buscando elderly... Elderly, anciano, elderly, the elderly, los ancianos. I've never heard it, because I've heard elder más como más, más mayor. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah. Some elder más mayor. Okay. So the difference, elder is más mayor que tú. Elderly means mayores de edad. Okay. So some elder people, a lot of times too, it reminds me of in la iglesia, no, los que llevan mucho tiempo are the elders, no? Los, a ver cómo lo llaman aquí en la iglesia. Anciano, mayor, presbítero. Yeah. Presbítero, an elder. Well, see, there you go. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a video game, correct me if I'm wrong, well, I can just check it, called Elder Scrolls. Scrolls are these things made of papyrus, right? And de hecho, de ahí viene la palabra scroll up, scroll down. Eso es cuando hacemos en internet, mueves la página para arriba o para abajo. Y viene de eso, del a scroll. Se supone, if you think about it as a scroll, it means that the end of the pages are rolled, of the web pages, right? And then it makes sense, right? So great job. Let's see. The next one. If you're hungry between breakfast and lunch, you can trick your gut eating a banana. That's right. Bananas, high in potassium, really good for sore muscles. If your muscles are aching a little bit, have a banana. And Born to Iron Man gives us the last one. There's no point eating. Te falta el in ahí. So there's no point in eating so much and wanting to be healthy. Yeah. So te falta el in. Remember, it's pointless to argue. There's no point in arguing. Apunta los dos and make sure you don't mix them up there. So great job. Wonderful. There's Anix. What's up, Anix? We missed you this week in the question of the week. Well, I think I speak on behalf of all of us. She says, hey there, let's get down to business. Vamos al lío. Oh, no doubt about it. There's Germán. Wow, what a crowd today. Vaya grupo más guay. We've got Germán in the house. Morning to you too, Germán. And Anix, a pleasure to have you with us. There's Laura. Laura's got something to say about today's Say What soundbite. And she says, I heard an excerpt. Well, you wrote except, pero te falta una R, pero lo entendí. So I heard an excerpt from a movie in which two American men are talking about someone who was a disgrace as a police officer, I think. Well, yeah, you got it. Let's see. Germán is taking a stab at it over here. And, oh, yes, it looks like I wasn't the only one who missed you, Anix. Your classmates are all sending you shout-outs as well. Germán says, you are such a couch potato. You are starting to take root. Just make sure not to break ground. I love it. That's great. Great. The next one. What's with your paunches? I think, yeah, fíjate, esta es totally British. Yo no lo diría, pero es otra forma. Paunch, belly, gut, tummy. Got a lot of different ways to say it. And paunch, which is a British way. Let's see. German says as the last one, you are preventing me from seeing the moon launches. Watching instead of seeing, maybe. No, seeing is fine. You can see it. You're looking up in the sky. You're preventing me from, no sirve de nada. Well, you're preventing me is me estás limitando. No sirve de nada. Again, there's no point in doing something, or it's pointless to do something. Let's see. Anik says, oh, Laura, nice to hear that. I have a big cold and I could barely speak. I hope I can participate this week. Well, yeah, Anix, I've got to say, since you participate all the time, we did miss you in our question of the week. And if you guys want to participate in this week's question of the week, and I mean guys, ahora tíos, what's up, guys? That's for the ladies. I would give you an applause if you'd participated. So this week, I want to know, it's not a soul-searching one. This one's more fun, right? Talking about youth, talking about, having a crush, first crushes. So who was your first crush? And obviously, tell us a little bit about it if you'd like to participate in our question of the week, a weekly speaking section where I can help you guys improve your speaking, and you can get more comfortable speaking, because let's be honest, the only way to get more comfortable speaking is by speaking, my amigos. All right, well, before we take a quick commercial break, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. In today's Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. You know it. It is time for our homophone section. But hang on 1 second. Chris has something to say about today's Say What soundbite. And she says, I heard a conversation between two American men. Correct. You all nailed the accent. So wonderful job. And she says, they're talking about someone called Buzz Mix. You got the first name right, but the last name isn't Mix, it's Meeks. Remember, they're not pronounced the same. And in fact, the word meek is a good word to know. Meek, dócil, tímido, sumiso, manso, humilde, right? And there's a biblical, they say the meek shall inherit, no? Va a heredar. El manso, el sumiso, I don't know the exact word you use. So, hey, maybe he was given that name on purpose. I always like to look at characters' last names and first names, because a lot of times they give you key information. If they're good screenwriters, or if they're good novelists, they even, even the names are not left to chance, al azar. They're like, oh, no, este es Meek porque es su personalidad. So, great. The only thing is not Mix, Meeks. Bueno, ahora sabiendo ese nombre, you'll know what movie it's from. All you have to, Buzz Meeks. So Buzz Meeks, or someone whose name sounds similar. Yeah, you got it. Well, on the right track. And she says, who may be a cop who fell foul of the police department. Spot on. Yeah, maybe a corrupt cop, a cop that just wasn't measuring up. No estaba dando la talla. All right, let's take a look at our homophones, and then we'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with the second half of the show. The first word is hasta. Hasta, okay? También es caja registradora, ¿no? La caja. ¿Dónde puedo pagar? Ahí en la caja. ¿Ok? Voy a sacar dinero de la caja. Esa caja, not box. ¿Ok? Caja en una tienda, ¿no? Donde cobras. ¿Ok? Caja registradora. That in the United States, I'll tell you what, we call it a cash register. O sea, si decís caja registradora, then you got it. But this is the British way of saying, o sea, es un double trouble. Ok, no voy a hablar con nadie hasta que cuente el dinero en la caja registradora. Ahí usas la misma palabra dos veces. Pues esa es la primera palabra. That's the first word, ok? Es una abreviación de until, porque until, bueno, se puede escribir, pero muchas veces oirás una versión más corta. Pues es eso. También es caja registradora, ¿ok? Donde cobras. La caja, you say in Spanish. And the second word is a color. It's a greenish blue. Verde azulado, ¿ok? So a greenish blue color, verde azulado. That's your second word in the homophones section. The first word is hasta, and it's also caja registradora. All right, amigos, you know how this works. We've got to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we will take a look at our Say What soundbite for the third time. We'll take a look at our homophones as well. We've also got our spelling bee. We've got Name That Movie, Name That Lyric, Famous Birthdays, Double Trouble, and so much to do in the second half of today's show. So thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for more. Or as we say it with me, 3, 2, 1, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with no name, or the second half. Call it what you will. Welcome back. I'm glad you decided to stick with us, because we're just getting warmed up around here. We are excited, and I say we because I can feel your excitement. I can feel your energy, and I thank you for that, show with no namers. Don't forget, you've got amazing programs before and after this show. You can start your day on the right foot with my great friend Rob Grams in the Pro Bow Show. After that, you've got Fitz and No Excuses. After this show, you've got Jimena Holiday and Test Your English. Then you've got another dose of Rob, this time with his best bud, Andy, in the Lunchtime Show. Do you want real English? You want a bit of banter? That's where you're going to get it every day on the Lunchtime Show. Right after that, you've got Speak Up with Ruby. Excellent show to teach you how to become a better communicator in English, or in general, I should say. Because anything we teach you here, you can apply to your own language, to your own, those habits you can apply anywhere. Then you've got Jules Linares, the lovely Jules Linares, and her program, Let's Get Random. Then you've got the wacky Dave Boys in the Salad, Kyle Miller's Drive Time, and Chris Frank with Frankly Speaking. Oh, and Richard Vaughn Live. How could I forget? Oh, I know I'm leaving someone out. Isn't there a show on the weekends?
Guess who's back? Back again. Yes is back. Tell a friend. Yes is back. 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 That's right. The Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez is back on Vaughn Radio.
That's right. That was it. The Hour to Empower. You can get these if you have the Vaughn Radio app. You can download it for free, or you can also find them wherever you get your podcasts. All right, here's your Say What soundbite for the third time. Folks, jot down what you hear. It's a tough one today, but hopefully somebody will come close.
Do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley?
A disgrace as a police officer. Straight D fitness reports from every CEO he ever served under. What about him?
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
That's right, folks. More information about the Oxford Test of English on our website. Also, if you're following us on social media, then you'll be able to get all the information about materials, courses, upcoming events like our trivia night as well. All right, let me give you a clue. I thought I'd give you a clue over here to help you with our Say What soundbite. He says the acronym CO. He doesn't say CEO, Chief Executive Officer, right? He says CO, and CO stands for Commanding Officer. Okay? You know why? Because it's jargon. es jerga policial. So I don't expect you to know CO, pero para ponerte poner todo en su sitio, when he says something about, he says two letters, he says CO, it's commanding officer. All right, let's see if anybody got today's say what, no, not say what, our homophone section. Chris Valrol is the first one to take a stab at it. And those are the correct words, Chris. So far, so good. And she says they are not homophones. I'd say, diría yo. All right, well, let's see what Laura says. Laura, those are the correct words. And she says they don't sound alike, I think. Ooh. So I'd say, and I think, I like your honesty, and I applaud your honesty. And also I applaud the fact that you got it. Great job, Chris and Laura, in today's homophone section. The first word is from the word until, right? No eating until dinner. Pero, ¿quieres que te diga algo? I never say until, okay? I can't eat till he comes. ¿Por qué? Porque si me das entre una sílaba o dos, te voy a escoger la primera. Okay, one syllable. That's it. Keep it simple, right? It's like chosen, picked. It's just, I don't know. I feel like you don't have to think at all. It just put that T sound in there. So the first word, till. Say it with me. Really important in this section that you repeat after me. Till. Okay, comes from until. It's till. Till rhymes with still, not estil. Are you estil? No. Are you still? Say it. Really important, this sound. Till also rhymes with spill. Okay, to spill, derramar, tirar algo. Okay. I won't talk to him till he cleans what he spilt. Ill, spill, till. What else? Bill. May we have the bill, please? Bill. I can't give you the bill till you show me you have a credit card. Bill, till. Dill. You know the word dill? ¿Qué significa dill? Eneldo. Yeah, it's a spice. Dill, right? They use it on pickles a lot. So till, dill, pill, píldora. All of those sounds. It's not pil, deal. Deal is a deal es un trato. This is till, okay? And I'll never forget, when I first came to Madrid, I was working on the weekends at an Irish pub. And I remember the guy saying, oh, yeah, you got to put it near the till. It's by the till. I'm like, guys, one question here. The hell is the till? I'm like, what the fuck is the till here? Imagínate, hablamos inglés todos. Pues no. For me, that was called the cash register, or directamente the register. Okay? So that was the first time, and I heard it. I believe it's British, Irish, they all say till. So that's an interesting one there. Till. We already looked at the rhyming words as well. Also, till has another meaning, but I don't think you'll really use it. Why? Because that meaning means labrar, cultivar. I don't know. Oh, hey, maybe some of you have to till the land, the soil. The soil es la tierra en cuanto a la agricultura. Soil, que también significa ensuciar. Oh, man, you soiled your pants. You stained, you soiled, right? So till, that's a great triple trouble over there, isn't it? We might see it in the future. The second word, teal. Esta sí que es la I latina. Teal. Teal rhymes with, say them with me, teal rhymes with steel. That could be acero o robar. Como no especificado, sin contexto, suenan igual. Pero no lo pronuncias igual que still. Vamos a decir esta. You still don't know how to pronounce steel? You still, fíjate, en vez de estil, unimos la S con el U. You still don't know how to pronounce steel? Okay? So once you can pronounce that sound, I'm telling you, that's going to be like a quarter, not a quarter, maybe about a quarter of your pronunciation issues solved, right? The difference between, again, bitch and beach, shit and sheet, ship and sheep, same thing. So teal rhymes with real. It rhymes with meal. Esta no nos va a costar tanto porque esta es y latina pura y dura. Lo que hay que ver un poco es cuánto dura. It's not teal. Teal. So it's a quick sound. Sometimes we extend it, sometimes we don't. In this case, we don't. Teal rhymes with steel, rhymes with deal, rhymes with peel, rhymes with feel. All right, excellent job to the ladies, Chris Valrol and Laura, lovely Laura. And we've got Jose Manuel in the house, and he says, excellent, Alberto. Thank you so much, Jose Manuel. You just brought a huge smile to my face. Y no te costó nada. It didn't take anything, just being nice and saying, excellent, Alberto, and I'm over the moon. I'm thankful for you, Jose Manuel, and all the rest of you as well. But that doesn't mean you're going to get out of any challenges. In fact, it's time for our most dreaded, temido, our most dreaded challenge, our spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, amigos. All right, let's see what we've got in today's spelling bee. As you know, our spelling bee usually has something to do with what happened on this day in history. So it's a chance to practice our spelling, taking dictation, and also as well, just to review some events, acontecimientos that have happened throughout the years, and an excuse to talk about that specific vocabulary. So some days we might be talking about the Titanic, right? And other days we might be talking about, the population in Pennsylvania, who knows? But either way, we're going to learn, we're going to practice our English. And round one, I'm warning you now, and you know it already, but round one is hellish. All right? As I said, the dreaded spelling bee. What makes this such a dreaded section is not round two. Round two is doable. It should be. If you're an intermediate level, you shouldn't have any problem with round two. But this isn't round two. This is round one, where I purposely go at the speed of light. So hold on to your hats. This is round one of today's spelling bee. All right, the first one, let's capitalize the first letter of every word. The first one is GUNPOWDER space PLOT. The second one is GUY space FAWKES. The third one, JESUIT space TREASON. The fourth one, ROBERT space CATESBY. The fifth one, REGIME space CHANGE. And the last one, RELIGIOUS space PERSECUTION. Do you want to have some fun with your fellow students and your teachers? Do you like challenges? Do you like practicing your English? Well, then Vaughn Radio Trivia Night is what you've been looking for. Join us Tuesday, February 4th at 8 p.m.
for another Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Chris Frank, the host of Frankly Speaking, will be hosting this month. So mark your calendars. Tuesday, February 4th at 8 p.m. at the Toast Tap Room in Malasaña, Calle San Vicente Ferrer 33. Join us for another Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Fun for the whole family. See you there.
That's right, folks. Don't miss it. We'll all be there. It's Vaughn Radio Trivia Night, a chance to hang out with your fellow students, which some of them you already know, some of them you haven't gotten to know yet, and it's also a chance to kick it. Kick it is another way of saying estar de tranquis, to kick it with your teachers. Don't miss it. It's a free event. It's once a month, and now in February it'll be hosted by Chris Frank. So we'll see you there. See you there. All right, let's take a look at our spelling bee. I've got some answers here. Let's see how you folks did, because honestly, I went really fast. All right, Born to Iron Man. Let's see what you came up with. The first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one's correct. The fourth one is also correct. The fifth one, perfect. And ladies and gentlemen, the sixth one is also perfect. Wow! Whoa! Unbelievable. Born to Spelling Bee. You got it on round one. Also, let's see Laura as well. Yes, Laura. And Chris Valrol, unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Holy Trinity, as I call them. Wow. Holy shit. Es que no siento ser vulgar, but holy shit. Germán lo dice mejor. What the fudge? Eso es una forma de, en vez de decir fuck, evidentemente, you're saying fudge. What the fudge? And fudge es de lo que se hacen los brownies. Wow, wow, wow. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. Excellent job. You guys are definitely superstars. And you know what? If you didn't get it on the first go, don't worry. I wouldn't have either. I'm just not that fast. So don't worry. You've got round two. Let's go through them. And I don't go slow. Don't get me wrong here. I don't go slow, but I make, the best way to describe it, and I've said this several times. The first time, I'm that person, you're like, oh no, nos tocó este. Oh God, right? And the second time, I'm like, oh, menos mal que nos tocó este, right? Why? Because in life, you're going to come across both of those people. People who are like, not my problem, your problem. You got to get it. Right? And other people like, oh, sir, did you write it down correctly? Okay, yeah, you got it, right? Just gate 24. And you're like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Hallelujah. All right. This is round two. The first one is GUNPOWDER space PLOT. The second one, GUY space FAWKES. The next one, JESUIT space TREASON. The fourth one, ROBERT space CATESBY. The fifth one, REGIME space CHANGE. And the last one, RELIGIOUS space PERSECUTION. There you go, my amigos. Now, if you've gotten it already, then you realize the first word is gunpowder plot. Okay? The gunpowder plot. It's also known as the treason plot. Okay? And a plot has many, 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 many meanings. The plot is the story. Okay? Argumento, trama. But it's also complot o conspiración o plan secreto, right? Also a plot of land, terreno o parcela, right? And as a verb, they're plotting against me, conspirando. So, you know what? In fact, guys, I just wrote it down. This is a rich word, and you will see it in a future double trouble. To lose the plot, perder el norte. So the gunpowder plot. This is Guy Fawkes. And be careful. I have a friend in Almeria, and he says, Guy Fawkes. And I'm like, Guy, no. He's really trying too. He's like, oh, yeah, it sounds good. I'm like, dude, you said Guy Fawkes. It's Fawkes. Oh, awesome. He's like, Guy Fawkes. I'm like, this reminds me of Meet the Fockers, los padres de él, los padres de ella, right? Same thing here. And I'm like, and no matter how I told him, he couldn't say it right. He said, yeah, Fawkes. I'm like, it's not Fawkes, it's Fawkes. Fawkes, very different. I guess we should ask an English person how it's said. But the gunpowder plot, la conspiración de la pólvora, I think you call it the same thing, gunpowder. And Laura, remember, the 5th of November. Absolutely. They also called it the treason plot and also the Jesuit treason. Jesuita, Jesuit. Ahora, esta era chunga porque tenía muchas Gs y Js. And I know from experience that J's and G's sometimes mix my students up. But not you guys. Nope. And basically, this was an unsuccessful attempt against King James VI of Scotland and the First of England. And it was a group of English Roman Catholics led by Robert Catesby. And Robert Catesby, it was number 4 on our list. Their goal was regime change. Okay, how do you say regime? It's a French word. Be careful. The pronunciation is regime. Yeah, régimen. Dieta. Well, in this case, it means a ruler, no? A ruler and their regime. Everything in context. So regime change was their ultimate goal, and they said that they were victims. Again, I don't know very much. I know from also the movies and then what I've read about it, but I'm not too familiar with the whole thing. But I know that they wanted regime change because they felt like they were being persecuted for their religious beliefs. Beliefs, cuidado. Believe es el verbo. Belief, con F, es el sustantivo. So I believe this. I have a lot of beliefs. ¿Ves la diferencia? Creencias, I think you say in Spanish, yeah, creencias. Creencias, convicciones. My beliefs are these. Just be careful. It's like one of those like truth and true or health and healthy. Sometimes students mix up when it's the noun, when it's the adjective. Breathe and breath, another example. Breath, the noun. Breathe is the verb. And, well, how do I know this? Once you've been in the classroom for over 20 years, you start to feel the mistakes. You know them before the students even make them. But hey, that's what experience gives you. All right, amigos, I can't believe it, but we have got to go to our final commercial break. When we come back, we've got a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to kick off with our Double Trouble. Then we'll listen to our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. We've got movies. We've got birthdays, name that lyric, and so much more. Amigos, we're going to cover a lot of stuff in the last part of today's show. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. And I want you to say it with me with all your energy. I don't care what day it is. 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the show with no name. And I cannot believe it, but we are in the fourth part of today's show. Time really flies when you're in good company. So thank you for being great company here with me as I guide you through the English language day in, day out. Día tras día. And remember, I've got a lot of friends who are doing the same right here on Vaughn Radio. When I get out of here, cuando me pido vampiro, well, I couldn't leave you in better hands than Jimena Holiday. And before this show, you couldn't be in better hands than Fitz. And they're all your teachers. That's something you guys have like 9 things in common. Yeah. Richard Vaughn, Rob Grams, Jimena Holiday, Fitz. Yeah, you're teachers. And that's great too, because there's a lot of variety in there. And as we say in English, variety is the spice of life. Es donde está la belleza, ¿no? Es lo que hace la vida interesante, la especia. Variety is the spice of life. That's why you can hear every different accent, every perspective here on Vaughn Radio. Just download the free Vaughn Radio app and you can learn with us, in the words of Shakira, wherever, whenever. All right, amigos, it's time for another challenge. It's today's double. Yeah.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It is Double Trouble here on the show with no name. And as always, this is a part of the show where we look at double meanings. We've looked at a couple today. In fact, plot. Mira, ves, no leía mi letra. I couldn't read my handwriting, but the word is plot, and you can expect to see that. Also, special thanks to Laura. Laura sent me some Double Trouble suggestions. So we'll be seeing them in the near future, right? In the near future, el futuro cercano. In the near future, we'll be having challenges from Laura and the rest of you. That's up to you. If you get an idea for a Double Trouble, send it to me. Or a homophones that you think people won't know. Something that maybe you learned and you want to share it with the rest of your students. Because remember, As we say, sharing is caring. All right, but this one is sponsored by yours truly, and there's a reason for this one today. As always, I don't just do things randomly. Tengo conjuntivitis. Menos mal que esto es made up, inventado. Pero tengo conjuntivitis y no estoy contentísimo. Bueno, tiene toda la razón del mundo, entonces. All right? So, tengo conjuntivitis y no estoy contentísimo. No, estoy muy descontento, ¿no? El inverso. Okay? Ooh, I can hear your pores opening up as you sweat through today's double trouble. Tengo conjuntivitis y no estoy contentísimo. No estoy nada contento. All right? And I've also got to give you guys today's Say What soundbite. This is the fourth and final listen. Remember, he says something about a CO in the police academy. That is a commanding officer. All right, here we go, amigos. The fourth and final chance.
Do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley?
A disgrace as a police officer. Straight D fitness reports from every CO he ever served under. What about him?
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. More information about Vaughntown, just go to our website and make sure you're following us on social media as well. All right, let's see who's interacting with us and see who is ready to figure out today's double trouble challenge. Let's see. Laura says, I have a pink eye and I'm not in the pink. Well, I don't know in the pink. I'm going to look it up right now. In the pink meaning. Okay. It means you're not in extremely good health. It means you are not in good spirits. I didn't even know this expression. Guess what? You got it. In the pink. Never heard it. In the red es que estás en números rojos. No, I've heard of that one. But hey, I just looked it up. In the pink, and it's in extremely good health. Right? Very healthy, doing well. So I have, yo diría sin artículo también. I have pink eye. No, sin el pink eye. I have pink eye, and I'm not in the pink. I'll take it, Laura. It's excellent. Let's see. Chris says, I have a pink eye. I would say again, sin el I have pink eye, and I'm not in the pink at all. Great. Born to Iron Man says, I suffer from, me encanta. I suffer from pink eye, and I am not. That's the one. Esa es la que tengo. Bueno, and he's got another one here. So he goes, I suffer from pink. Es que Born to Iron Man nos ha dado dos. Me acabo de saltar. I suffer from pink eye, so I'm not in the pink. And the one I have written here, you gave me both. I have a pink eye, or I would say again, sin el I've got pink eye, and I'm not
tickled pink. Very good. To be tickled pink. To be tickled, que es darse cosquillas. So if you're tickled, te dieron cosquillas. And if you're tickled pink or tickled to death, esa no lo uso yo tanto, it means you're delighted, contentísimo, chocho. Now, sometimes we use it ironically as well. Oh, Alberto, are you enjoying the 4-hour meeting? Yeah, I'm tickled pink. O sea, sí, contentísimo. Vamos, I'm over the moon. I'm tickled pink. Wow, great job, folks. Pink eye, to be tickled pink, to be in the pink. And look at German. German says, not even your pinky, Laura? Great job. Your pinky. Tu dedo pequeño, right? En el pie y en la mano. Your pinky. De hecho, tenemos I think you do the same thing, too. A pinky swear. Cuando juras con este dedo, it's called pinky swear. So, wow, a lot of different things with the word pink in them. I wonder why. Me pregunto por qué. Well, stay tuned. But you're not going to find out right now. Why? Because it's time for a different section. It's time for Name That Movie. Name That Movie. That's right, folks. That's right. Now, today's movie, I've got to say, I've never heard of it, but I chose it for a reason, as I always do. And, I think one of the reasons, there are two reasons, but another reason is because the title of the movie itself is an idiomatic expression. O sea, eso mola cuando sin tener que mirar una escena, solo con saber el título, well, you've got yourself a new idiomatic expression if you didn't know it. So let me give you the plot, la palabra que vimos antes, la historia, la trama. An engaged guy is forced by his future father-in-law, vamos por partes, engaged, comprometido. That means the guy is planning to get married. That means he popped the question. To pop the question is pedir matrimonio. So an engaged, fijaos cómo lo pronuncio también, an engaged guy is forced by his future father-in-law to take a side job moonlighting as an exotic dancer. Okay, so vamos a pronunciar father-in-law, no love, father-in-love, I've heard people say. It's father-in-law. Si hablamos de los dos, you can say, I'm going to see my in-laws this weekend. We don't normally say parents-in-law. Es mucha palabra. So your in-laws. Do you like seeing your in-laws? Okay, and this cuando se habla de los dos. So he's forced by his future father-in-law to take a side job moonlighting as an exotic dancer. Okay, a side job is un trabajo extra. And moonlighting, very interesting. This is a very popular show with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. It was called in English Moonlighting. And it's pluriempleo. It means having a second job. So, ¿cómo se usaría en contexto? Well, I told you before. When I moved to Madrid, I was teaching during the week, and I was moonlighting as a bartender. Okay? Haciendo otro dobleteo. Aquí pone pluriempleo, right? So I was moonlighting. Was that I remember that series in the United States was so popular. And I think it led to a lot of Bruce Willis's popularity. Seguro que os suena. It's called moonlighting. And again, in that, now you know what the word means. It means having another job, a second job. All right? Y sigo, let's see, I didn't finish the thing. Moonlighting as, ahí tenemos la estructura, moonlighting as an exotic dancer, vamos, stripper, in order to pay extravagant wedding, an extravagant wedding, les falta el an. Don't worry, guys, I'll correct it. In order to pay an extravagant wedding neither of them can afford. Que ninguno se puede costear. And let's see, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a winner. It's Chris Valrol. The movie is called Balls to the Wall. And balls to the wall is a lo loco. No, que with no limits or controls. Pelotas a la pared. I love it. Balls to the wall. So with no limits or controls. Que vale todo. Man, that party last night was balls to the wall. Vamos, era un despropósito. It was, it was extreme. It was exciting. There was no limits, no controls. A ver si lo tienen balls to the wall in balls to the wall. No lo tienen in word reference. Well, don't worry. Meaning of balls to the wall, Cambridge Dictionary. With no limits or controls, done or made in a very extreme, exciting, or even violent way. So that's a balls to the wall action movie. Pink Floyd, The Wall, was not a balls to, well, kind of, yeah. Actually, that's a good way to remember it. Not balls, The Wall, balls. Balls by Pink Floyd. The Wall, the movie by Pink Floyd, was a balls to the wall movie. Hey, it helps you remember it. Chris says balls to the wall is also an Accept song. The group Accept. I didn't know that. It's a great name for a song, right? A lo loco, a lo bestia. Balls to the wall. Chris says, I loved Moonlighting. Yeah, I know it was a very popular show, at least in the United States. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for Chris, Val, Rol, and Laura in today's Say What Soundbite. Great job. Balls to the wall. Me gusta porque rima también. Let's see. All right, let me give you the scene. I didn't give you the scene yet. I just told you the synopsis. But as you can see, we don't even have to look. In fact, the scene is 3 lines. Okay? Tres frases. But it doesn't matter because just the title taught us an expression, and the synopsis had some great vocabulary in it as well. Moonlighting. All right, so Melissa says, can we get your autograph? Te suena igual, no? Autógrafo. We pronounce it a little bit different. We say autograph. Another way we say that, a signature is a John Hancock in American English. I need your John Hancock. Necesito tu firma. And then Ben says, oh, right there, huh? Dice, wow. Ahí, no? And Lewis says, that's a boob. And a boob is another way of saying una teta. That's a boob. Yeah. Also, a boob has a secondary meaning si le llamamos a una persona. So a boob, teta, pechuga, right? A woman's breast. But if you call somebody a boob, man, this guy is a boob. Este es tonto, tontísimo. And another way we call the TV, the boob tube. Tube, porque tenían antiguamente tubos, ¿no? De cristal. The boob tube, la caja tonta. Same idea behind it. See, we aren't as different as you thought, amigos. All right, time to celebrate in today's famous birthday trivia. Balls to the wall today, folks.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's time for famous birthdays. Let's see. Our first birthday girl was born today in 1956. She is an American actress. Some of the roles you might have seen her in: Gung Ho. Do you know this one? Gung Ho. Seguro que en español lo cambiaban de nombre. It is also known as Working Class Man. It's directed by Ron Howard. And Gung Ho, de ahí otra, de que aprendemos solo del título. Gung Ho es entusiasta. Man, he was really gung ho about the project. Gung ho. Also, Someone to Watch Over Me, Desperate Hours, Full Body Massage, and also Lost in Space, Austin Powers, and Balls to the Wall. Oh, yeah, that's number one. Number two, this guy was born today in 1944. And, well, he's an English drummer, songwriter, and producer, a founding member of the group Pink Floyd. Hey, we said the word pink before. I told you, stay tuned. There you go, Pink Floyd. And we said Balls to the Wall. Bueno, hemos mezclado dos ideas ahí, pero si te ayuda a acordarte. So, yeah, this is the drummer behind Pink Floyd. And, man, one of the greatest drummers ever. And last but not least, this actor was born today in 1940, an American actor, and he's been in many movies. He was in Babe, the one about the pig, which, by the way, Rob loves that movie. He was also in L.A. Confidential. What a great movie that is. L.A. Confidential, Deep Impact, The Green Mile, Space Cowboys, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Big Hero 6, and so much more. This guy really is a talented actor. And if you see his face, you're like, claro, este tío. He's one of those where you're like, I've seen this guy in a million different things. All right, let's see. Looks like we've got a winner on our hands. Give it up for Chris Valrol. Number one, Mimi Rogers. Actress Mimi Rogers. Number two, Nick Mason from Pink Floyd, the drummer. And number three, actor James Cromwell. And that'll take us over to today's Say What soundbite. This is James Cromwell in L.A. Confidential, where he plays a corrupt cop. And then this is actually Kevin Spacey's character is asking him. He says, do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley? ¿Te acuerdas de Buzz Meeks, Dudley? And he's just trying to ignore it and hope he goes away. And he says, a disgrace as a police officer. No, a disgrace es lo peor. No es una desgracia, sino un fracaso, a disgrace as a police officer. He says, straight D fitness reports from every CO he ever served under. Now, if you know how we grade things in the United States, las notas, A, B, C, D, and F. O sea, no es que no aprueba, pero es lo peor que puedes tener sin no aprobar, right? So an F es que tienes que repetir. A D, straight D, significa malas notas en todos sus informes del fitness, de salud. So straight D fitness reports from every CO, commanding officer, he ever served under. What about him? ¿Qué me preguntas sobre él? Como, a mí no me preguntas este tío, yo no tengo nada que ver con él. And here he is, great actor, great movie. Here's James Cromwell in L.A. Confidential.
Do you remember Buzz Meeks, Dudley?
A disgrace as a police officer. Straight D fitness reports from every CO he ever served under. What about him?
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
Great job, show with no namers. Wonderful. You guys knocked it out of the park once again. Arrasasteis. Wonderful job individually and as a team. Again, keep it up. I love the way you support each other and the way that, you're all helping each other while you're also helping yourself. right? You're helping yourself improve your English level. So it's a pleasure to be here with you. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. The good news, I'm leaving you in great hands with Jimena Holiday and Test Your English. And we're going to go today with a little song, an amazing song. I should call it a huge song, not a little song. It's Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. Cómodamente entumecido. Numb, con la B muda. And it starts out, hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? ¿Hay alguien ahí dentro? Just nod if you can hear me. Nod, sentar la cabeza. Just nod if you can hear me. To move your head is to nod. Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Me han contado que estás de bajón. Well, I can ease your pain. Puedo quitarte el dolor, hacer que sea menos. I can ease your pain, right? And get you on your feet again. Ladies and gentlemen, a classic. If you don't know it, what a beautiful song. Sing it with me. It's Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. And thank you so much, everybody. I'm tickled pink with you. Is there anybody in there? Sing it. Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax, relax, relax. I'll need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? Sing it! There is no pain you are receiving. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are alone.